What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. This is part 2 of my Machu Picchu trip. Today we're going to be exploring the Sacred Valley. We'll see how locals make clothes from alpaca, the incredible circle terraces in Moray, the historic town of Chinchero, and scaling Ollantaytambo ruins. Let's get it. So we ended up catching a bus from Cusco up to Ollantaytambo with Machu Picchu reservations. This ended up costing around $300 per person, but this included almost everything you could need. All your transportation, hotel, and food. So one of the first stops that you make on this trip is to this textile place where they teach you how they use alpaca and guinea pigs to make clothing. So one of the things they show you is how they get the different colors and the materials that they use. They have their homemade dye that they create out of like lemons and different things like that. While we were there, they also give you tea and stuff to drink because it is a little cold out there. So you can see people sitting with blankets and stuff, but all the stuff that we were using was made by them. They also had multiple guinea pig farms there where they just had these little guinea pigs in there eating, and then they had multiple alpacas just roaming around. So I had the opportunity to go up and feed one. So of course I'm gonna take that opportunity. But yeah, we had about 30 minutes or so here just to spend time to look at all the different clothing and stuff, and then after that we ended up leaving and going over to our next spot. So this is a small town called Chinchero. Our tour guide was giving us information about the city while we were there.
So this place, it was mainly built between the years 1480s to the year 1510.
So basically he went on to just continue telling us how this place was taken over during Spanish colonial times. While we were there was a wedding going on, and this is a traditional thing that happens in this city. People come here and go to this church and have their wedding inside of this church. I'm tired.
Same.
It's hard to breathe up here.
It really is.
Everywhere we walk is uphill somewhere. But I mean, it's a cool little spot. I like the spot around here. We'll go to it in a second. The mountains. But it's old.
Yeah.
It's real old. One of my favorite things about this place is when you went around the church, it was this big opening right here where you could see the mountains in the distance. And man, it was just a very beautiful sight. Next stop on the trip took us to a city called Moray. And here's where they have a lot of the circle terraces. So I was given a little more information on what these circle terraces are.
Where did you travel, Jet?
All right, well, today we are in, what's the name of this place? Moray, Peru. Okay, so these are our big circle things. You know what I'm saying? They used to grow crops out here. Farmers used to come out and cook up a little something. You know what I'm saying? They got 2 more of these hoes somewhere else, and they use these for, growing stuff and acclimating different agriculture to different climates, because this is built down so it blocks the wind, so it's a little warmer. The ones over there are a little higher, so there's more winds, a little colder. Different plants grow in different places. Bam. And that's where we at. So after we left Moray, we ended up catching a bus probably about 30 minutes away down over to the salt mines. So this was a very interesting place to be at because the salt mines are just built all off in the mountains deep in the valley. One of the interesting things we learned about these salt mines is that locals who live within this city or live within the town, everybody who lives within the town gets access to a pool in a salt mine. And once they do that, they're able to pull the salt out and they can go out and sell it however they want to. And this gives the people in the town an opportunity to make money from the salt mine. And one of the main ways people make money is they'll package the salt into these jars or into chocolate and sell it.
I like that.
One quick note, if you're scared of heights, I would highly suggest closing your eyes while you're out here because you're driving on the side of a mountain and there's no railing almost anywhere. Our next stop took us to the Inca ruins in Ollantaytambo. I really hope I'm saying that right. If not, don't kill me. But this was a pretty cool place. When we first got there, it wasn't that many people, so it was cool to go and explore. Our tour guide gave us more history, of course, going over the town, as you can see below, and then also the temples that were built up into the side of the mountain. So I don't know the name of this place, but I'll put it up. right here somewhere. But if you look over here, turn pin. There's so many people. It's ridiculous. When we first got here, there wasn't this many people. Now, wow. Look at that. It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
But supposedly these are, not supposedly, these are old Inca sites, right? They came here, they built it up, they got a temple up there dedicated to the sun god. Yeah, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? We out here. So with all of that, it's definitely a lot of walking, and being in Peru, it's a higher altitude, so it's much harder to breathe. So you have to make sure you're drinking plenty of water and make sure that you're hydrated and prepared to be walking that much. But the good thing is, after we finished all that walking, they took us to this place. It was an all-you-can-eat buffet, and man, that food was good. It was definitely good, and you can go back and get as much as you want. So I definitely took advantage of that. The last part of day 2, we ended up catching a train from Ollantaytambo going to this town called Aguas Calientes, and the train ride is about 2 hours away. But the good thing is, on this train, they have drink service, so you can order drinks, you can order food, and the views the entire way are super nice because you're going through the valley right next to the river. You can see all the mountains in the distance, and at the time we went, it was around sunset, so it was just very beautiful to look at while we were out there. And they also have a little show that's on the train while you're riding, so it keeps you entertained on your way there. After the 2-hour trip, you eventually make it to Aguas Calientes. By the time we made it there, it was already dark, so we ended up going straight from the train right over to our hotel. And after we checked into our hotel, we ended up going to get some food because, of course, I was super hungry, and the food that they have on the train is not real food. I'm hungry, very hungry. We were at some other restaurant, but you know, the prices were just too much. So we had to find another spot, and this spot, way cheaper prices. Everything's almost like half of what the other place was. And we about to eat some guinea pig. I ain't never had guinea pig in my life. Now, about this guinea pig, it was my first time having it, but it was definitely decent. I don't know if I would go back and get it again, but it was definitely good to try while I was in Peru. So yeah, that was day 2 of my Machu Picchu trip. In the next video, I'm going to be taking you actually to Machu Picchu and giving you all the details on the city and the hike that I did around Machu Picchu. That's all I got for this one. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.